Maverick fans, welcome to this week's episode of Chattin Mavericks, the official fan podcast of all things Maverick hockey.
This podcast is brought to you in partnership with Pulltab Sports. Check them out at pulltabsports.com on your favorite social media platforms at Pulltab Sports. What is up, Maverick Nation? Welcome in to episode 9 of the Chattin Mavericks podcast here in season 2. Vibes are high here as the Mavs come back from the Sioux with 5 out of 6 points and the road sweep. The Chattin Mavericks bump crown has been officially overthrown by Mr. Evan Murr after his 2-goal game on Friday night. We got a new face, or a new chin, should I say, here before we hop into the news. Let's say hi to the crew here, though. Start with you, Juts. How you doing? It's just about birthday time for you.
We're good, man. I'm enjoying my last day as a 24-year-old. I'm officially old. I'm joining Big Bag and being ancient.
That is a wide net
we're
there,
good.
fella.
We're good. I had a couple. I had dinner with some friends down at Mavericks right before this. Pulled 300 out of a fresh box just gotten this morning. We threw $10 in, pulled 300. So sorry for anyone who wants to get that 300 at Mavericks. It's mine.
Birthday luck.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good today. And I'm buzzing pretty good. So this will be fun.
Hell yeah. Chad, what about you? How was your weekend? Obviously, you weren't down in Mankato, but
I was not down in Mankato. Had a weekend full of hockey. It is my wife's birthday today, so I've been running around.
Happy birthday!
Treating her like a little princess today. So I'm kind of out
you
of breath.
Treat her like a princess every
around.
day, Big Bag?
Nope. Birthday and Mother's Day. We're adults. We got stuff to do.
Life happens. And then we got a new chin here, new guy on the show, guest host coming in for the show. Give it a test run here. Mr. Joey Weechek. What's going on, buddy? Joining the show for
What's
the
up,
first time.
fellas? Yeah, happy to be a part of the infamous Chattin Mavericks podcast. And looks like Juts is already cutting me off. What did he got to say?
Oh no, I was just.
Oh, he's doing the stuff.
I was doing
super.
The what's up, fellas?
There he is. Yeah, I was super happy to be here. Roommates with Cam in college. So I remember sitting at the 712 bar, thinking of names to call the future pod, and
yeah,
here it is. So
And Joey didn't make the cut.
No, not quite. Too busy taking naps per you, Juts. So.
Oh fuck. Well, but yeah, it's been obviously, when this thing started, we had 4, and Westy's doing his thing now, and he still tries to tune as much as we can. But I like 4. I know we've been talking about having 4, and we'll probably have some guest hosts here and there.
I think we're going to try out Captain next week.
Yeah, I think Captain's doing it. Then I think, Chad, you said your wife's going to be co-hosting next.
No,
week
my
as
mom.
well, or your mom. Your mom.
Mom's going to give it a try. So, Joey, you got some company.
Yeah, holy shit. No pressure.
So, yeah, we should be set. Fellas, should we hop into the news here? Not a ton.
Cam, how are you?
Huh?
We gotta hear how
great.
you are.
Great. I would have liked to watch Maverick hockey in person this weekend, but settled for a bar stool at Mavericks on Friday, and then part of the day on Saturday as well. So, that was fun. Always nice watching the games there. They always, have it on the TVs ready to rip. Some good food to eat, some steak bites. So, doing good. Happy to be here with you guys as always. News though, some happenings especially this past weekend. Alex Tracy is now tied for first in active goaltenders for wins in college hockey. That number is 51. So shout out to him. Evan Murr now sits tied for 4th in the country with D-man points. That was 3rd as of Friday night, but it dropped to 4th. I know that was tweeted out originally by Matt Dean, I believe. Luke Strand hit his 50th win as bench boss here in Mankato, and the Spengler Cup roster has been finalized. I'll throw it right to you, Chad, first. You got anything on those hits there?
Well, the Spengler Cup, does that kind of put some more truth to that theory that we read the other day where Western Michigan
Yeah.
was telling his players no? I mean, kind of surprising that Hampton was not part of that, or either Slukinski. I mean, both of them should be on the team, but
Who's the
holy
third
smokes,
goalie?
that could be real.
It might be real. I mean, there's not a single guy on there. What'd you say, Juts?
Who was because I know Kotite. Who was the third that they said? Or do they only go
goaltenders are Adam Gajan. I have no idea how you say that. He's the Minnesota Duluth goaltender. And then Josh Kotite from Augustana that was announced this week, and Alex Tracy are the three goaltenders. Obviously, kind of disappointed not to see Murr make the cut. I think he is obviously having a great year. That's really all I have on it. Joey, do you follow the Spengler Cup thing at all? Do you know?
I guess I heard from the last pod, that there was a questionable source on Twitter, saying that. So I guess it just goes to show everything you read online is true.
Yeah,
if that's the case. So that's definitely my takeaway on all this. But congrats to Alex Tracy. It's an awesome stat to have with you, and I mean, I hope he can get one more here to solidify the number one.
Yeah, if he can just keep winning the rest of the season, that'd be sick. I don't know. I mean, you guys have anything more on those other news? Anything more in Spengler Cup? I mean, shout out Luke Strand, obviously friend of the pod.
Yeah, man. I got nothing else.
Hell yeah.
These are so
sick,
boys.
Let's do it. Jutson's drinking probably 2-year-old beer. That's got to be. Yeah, that's bad.
At least.
Hey, shout out OG Line Change Lager. Probably the only one with these still full.
Only ones in existence right there. That's disgusting.
I'm selling them if you want them. They taste great, actually. I got 3 in my cup right now.
You could probably keep them.
Facebook Marketplace. Let's do it, guys. Previous series breakdown. We've been kind of, we talked about in the intro there. Let's get into it right away. It is now time for the Mankato Play It Again Sports Series recap. Shoot and score at Play It Again Sports. Stop by your locally owned sporting goods store serving Southern Minnesota for over 25 years. Whether you're looking for new gear, used gear, they got you covered. Hockey, baseball, softball, golf, wrestling, volleyball, and so much more. Don't forget to bring in your used but not used up sports or equipment for credit towards your next purchase or cash. Thank you to Play It Again Sports for sponsoring the Chattin Mavericks podcast. No, Joey, you got a new bucket from Play It Again today, didn't you?
I sure did.
Yeah.
Staff is great, knowledgeable as ever, and got my wheel sharpened too. So
hell yeah,
they do a good job over there.
All ready for men's league. That's
the big tilt tonight. Yep.
Yeah, big tilt. Let's do it though. Friday. I think not to rip on us getting a win, but Big Bag, your tweet about, all right, we got to do this. We can't go to overtime. And then you retweet your own tweet and going, welp. That was pretty indicative of the game. Definitely a goaltending showcase. Shots were 41-38, slight favor of Mankato. Obviously, Mankato coming off the night with a 2-1 overtime win. Both goals scored by Evan Murr, bringing back the Chattin Mavericks bump. That was unbelievable. I mean, like I said, the attendance on here says 0 there at Taffy Apple Arena. So shout out CHN.
Nailed it.
All the stats.
It was probably a good 1,000, which is pretty good for Lake.
Yeah, I mean, all 1,000 people in the town came out. That was huge. Good for them. But yeah, just quick scoring summary. Nothing in the first. Again, Big Bag with another great tweet. That was the first period. So that was pretty.
Holy hell, that was boring.
Yeah, nothing going on. 2 penalties. One for LSSU and 1 for Mankato. Nothing really super exciting to go on there. But yeah, Evan Murr gets us started there in the second period, assisted by Jacob Conrad. So that was nice for him to get on the score sheet there in his former home. And then the Sasha Telegwin kid, he gets the goal for Lake State with about 12 minutes into that third period. And that's how we kind of ride into overtime. And then Evan Murr on a really nice play. I think that was Tristan went behind the net and kind of bulldogged it out of there, gave it to Luigi, and Luigi got it over to Murr for pretty much a home run, slam dunk, wide open net to put it away. So penalties, nothing super crazy. Pretty evenly called game, I'd say. Goaltending, obviously phenomenal. This is probably Alex Tracy's best game of the year. He looked really good. So did 2-for-1 Applebee there. But I mean, I'll throw it to you first, Chad. You had some banger tweets from the weekend. What were your takeaways from Friday here?
Friday was like the most bonkers, boring hockey game I've ever seen. I mean,
Yeah.
at Chattin Mavericks, we don't do hardly any research, but I gotta believe where does 79 shots on goal? Where does that rank all time? That's got to be up there, if not at the top.
It's got to be close.
I mean,
Jamie,
that was
pull that up.
insane. For a 79 shots on goal, a 2-1 hockey game. First period was just out of my mind boring. And
Yep.
I think like a other tweet I made, that had to have been the easiest 2-goal game of Murs. I mean, I'll bet he hasn't done that since Squirts. The 2 easiest goals he's ever going to score, just a wide open net both times.
Yeah,
that was that was insane. So good for him. But yeah, that was, like I said, an insanely boring game for 79 shots.
Yeah, I remember I looked at this, like the whatever, the scoreboard at the end of the first, and I'm like, there was, I think, like 14 shots, or no, there's 16 to 20 shots in the first in favor of LSU, and I'm like, what? Like, that can't be real.
Well, and
shots,
you can't even be like, well, it was an overtime game. There was 1 shot in overtime. First shot of overtime ended the game. Like, this was like regulation shots. I mean, that was just absolutely
he scored
insane.
Was it 16? It was like 30 something seconds in, not even.
First
29.
29. Yeah, 29 seconds in. Juts, you got anything on Friday here?
No, just kind of like what you guys said, super boring for how tense it was. I thought we definitely played better, but it's just the thing of this year is we just can't close in regulation. We can't keep giving away a point a game. Obviously, that's just, anyone should know that we can't get to where we want to go with 2 points a game. We need to get 3. So it sucks, but at least it wasn't another tie.
Exactly. Joey, what do you got on Friday there? Anything from that game? Obviously, you're down at Maverick.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a goalies weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, those 2, it might have been a boring game, but those 2 obviously did their job. Tracy comes out on top, though. We like to see that. And it's amazing how complicated it is for that staff at Lake Superior to get those pegs figured out. I mean, holy cow.
All weekend was terrible.
Or the camera angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I was
camera.
motion sickness watching that game. That was something.
Yeah.
Well, the camera angles we're zooming in, we're zooming out, we're not following the puck, we are following the puck is terrible. And then the goal.
And then we're in the corner for some reason.
Yeah, and then we're videotaping some dude eating his snack on the glass for a good 20 seconds around the power play. What are we doing?
Did they have the sound on it, Mavericks?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. When Teleguin scored, did you listen to that at all afterward? It took them a good maybe 3 shifts to figure out who scored that goal.
The broadcaster, like the PA in the rink.
The broadcaster. He didn't know.
Okay, gotcha.
They spent the next 2 shifts trying to figure out who scored the tying goal. They had no idea. That's ridiculous.
Is so funny. The walkie-talkies were down there up at Lake State.
So bad. Or how about the Midco broadcast on Saturday, the St. Thomas game saying, or the thing saying, broadcast doesn't work. We have no review. Good goal.
That was nuts.
Midco
at Midco, at Midco Arena is ironic too. I saw someone tweeted that out. Maybe it's Ryan Steeg or something. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got on Friday. Boring game. Obviously would have been nice to get it done regulation, but settle for what's the next best thing, and that's a overtime win. Saturday, Mavericks 4-2. Really kind of we're definitely able to figure things out again. Shots pretty even, not as many as Friday night, but 30-31 in favor of Mankato. Face-offs were relatively even, 35-31 again, favor Mankato. Expected goals nice and low. Again, who fucking knows what that stat is? Again, attendance is 0, so I guess they don't report attendance there at the Taffy Apple. But yeah, LSSU strikes first in this one. 8 minutes into the game, that Calum Magoni kid who's having a pretty good year so far. He's got 5 on the year now. He gets things going about 8 minutes in, and then Luigi answers right back about just a little over a minute later, and we go into the first intermission tied up. And then Ralphs and Tristan both scoring in the second period. Ralphs gets his first of the year, assisted by Evan Murr and Jacob Stender. And Jacob Bonkowski got an assist on Luigi's goal. That must have been it. That's got to be his first point of the year, right?
I think he had
I would imagine.
assist earlier.
Did he?
I think one of the first games against Omaha.
Okay.
Or
okay.
one like whatever. I don't know exactly what game he played, but I think one of the first games he played, he got an assist. I could be wrong though.
Got it. Okay.
In honor of his first goal of the season, Juts, do your Ralph's impression.
I don't have it right now.
What do you mean?
I don't have
Oh
it.
boy, he's camera shy.
No, like I can't. It won't click in my head right now.
Coach, I shoot gun.
Coach, I shoot gun.
Doing an impression of an impression. That's sick. Yeah, but and then Ralphie got another 2-point night for him just on the next goal. I mean, we scored. Those were like back to back, like 30 seconds apart, pretty much. Tristan Lemire gets his 6th of the year, having a really nice year from Tristan. He get assisted by Evan Murr and Ralphie, and then Finn Williams back in the lineup now, nice and healthy. He gets things going with an empty net goal to pretty much send us home. LSSU did get another goal at the end of the period there to make things 4-2, but game was pretty much already done. Penalty wise, the only thing I wanted to touch on was that bullshit Psychos call that kicked them out of the game.
That's like the only thing I watched about that.
They basically like hit butts, and the kid like went into the boards weird, and they kicked him out of the game for boarding. So that was atrocious. Felt bad for him there. Again, Tracy outstanding. I'll throw it right to you again, Chad. I mean, a little bit more exciting. Nice seeing some quick goals there in the second. But I mean, obviously, Mavs get 3 points. We needed it.
Another feather in the cap of Midco is whenever I'm unable to watch a game, I always like to watch the replay at the end of the night and get caught up on what happened. Well, that wasn't available for some reason. They decided not to put that game on the replays. So I didn't get to watch it. I watched maybe 5 minutes during the intermission of my son's game last night. But looking at the numbers, the things that stick out for me on the weekend is 14 power plays over the weekend for both teams, 0 power play goals. That's another interesting stat, in my opinion. Been a while since nobody got anything, at least 14 power plays worth.
Yeah, that's a really good call. That, and I will say, Mavs really locked down that 5-minute kill. They really locked down.
It was only 3 minutes, right? Because they got a 2-minute.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's true. And when we did have to lock it down, they did. Jots, what do you got for us on Friday before I throw it to Joe here?
Or Saturday.
Saturday, yep.
So, I'm kind of in a similar boat as Big Big. I was at the Wild game.
That's right.
So I had it on my phone, but I mean, obviously, I'm not glued to my phone at the Wild game. So I saw luckily I saw the Ralphs and Tristan goals, and then I saw like the Soupy penalty, and I was like, that was stupid. I agree with you guys. It was terrible, like just super awkward.
Bad call.
Technically, that is boarding, but like that, it's not like Soupy did it on purpose. Like his back hit him first.
Getting a game out of it was nuts. That part to me didn't make
or
any
like
sense.
a 2 and a 10 or something for that, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, one point on the weekend too. We are missing. I think he took kind of a little bit of a hit in the first game, but Chari Lurie was not in the lineup, so we had no healthy scratches on.
And then did
Saturday
Reed get hurt? That's what people are saying in our group chat, that Reed got hurt on Saturday.
I don't know. I didn't see him leave the game. And maybe he did. I don't know. I guess I didn't notice that when I was drinking at Mavericks trying to watch this game. Joey, what do you got? I mean, obviously we were watching that game a little bit at my house, a little bit down at Mavericks. What do you got for us on Saturday here?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that that special team stat that Big Bag brought up. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Power
either.
play, somebody could use some work. Yeah, but yeah, going back to that penalty though, I don't even know if that's a 2-minute boarding call. Honestly, it looked
No.
like two guys are just going for the puck, and if you slow it down too, that Lake State player, he turns his back at the last second. I mean, they teach you not to do that in like sports, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Don't.
So
Well, and the worst part is he bent over too. So like, just
yeah,
do
he
it
got real low, and
right into the freaking. I don't know. I don't really want my face going into the board, so I'm not going to do that. But
I think if he gets right up and he doesn't stay down after that, and the play goes on, I don't think
Yeah.
there's any call on the ice.
Yeah, he sold
Well,
it.
It was super confusing for me listening to it with no sound. I'm like, what could they possibly be reviewing for this long?
Wait, did you say you were listening to it with no sound?
Or watching it with no sound? Sorry. Trying to listen to it with
That'd
no
be impressive.
sound. It was like, I'm like, I have no clue what they're reviewing here, but it's taking forever. And on the broadcast, it just showed power play for the Mavs. So I'm like, oh, maybe Soup got nothing. And then I like turned the sound on to hear him, and he's like, yeah, Soup got the gate. I'm like, what for what? Like,
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stupid call. And it was at a pivotal time in the game because what it was 3-1 at that point, right?
Yeah, it was 3-1. That was right at the beginning of the third period. So it could have been, obviously it didn't turn out to be anything, thankfully, but yeah, it could have been a pretty bad spot.
Well, and
I've never
Joey's
seen any more 5-minute major reviews than in this league.
Yeah, they love them.
Even this
Well,
year,
they
did
do.
they say that they're going to slow it down and make it easier to review or something? Or like that they're going to be quicker reviews and then just been the longest ones?
Yeah, something like that. What were you saying, Big Bag?
well, just to Joey's point, where if he would have got up, I mean, again, I already said this once, but I didn't watch the game. So, to Joey's point, if he gets up, do they just give him a 2? We've talked about this in Wisconsin with the Finley hit. You saw this. I'm thinking back to the regional tournament against Providence where they lost the game because of the 5-minute major. Like these guys, I feel like it's a growing problem that these guys just lay on the ice till they get the call, and they need to incorporate some sort of rule where if you're down on the ice for a significant amount of time and they do call a major, like you can't either like you have to take a shift off or they have to do something because it's ridiculous.
You shouldn't be able to be in the power play. You should have to sit out the power play.
Yeah, something. I mean, because these guys are just going to roll around until they get the call, and then they just pop right up. And we saw Finley come back like he was Willis Reed.
When the NHL, they have that concussion protocol. They stay down. They'll take them off the ice and do a whole evaluation.
Yeah, they have the spotters.
Yeah, they have the spotters, and then you have to sit out at least like 5 to 6 minutes to let your eyes calm down to see if they're really like dotting or something like that. But like Finley, he looked like he got shot.
I agree, Big Bag. Yeah,
Finley was back.
Yeah,
2 minutes later, he didn't put any pressure on his leg. Comes back 2 minutes later, like
fucking guy.
That's a bad look.
Yep. That's all I got on the weekend, guys. You want to hop into the scoreboard here, take a look around the league?
I mean, according to Alex Tracy, that was the best Chattin Mavericks bump ever. So
Tracy certified.
5 out of 6 points on the weekend were either goals or assists for Murr. So
yeah, but I mean, you got anything,
like
Chad?
Tweeted out primary assists from Chattin Mavericks.
No, you can never disagree with Alex Tracy. Whatever he says goes.
That's right.
He said undisputed too.
Undisputed.
I love it.
Threw that tidbit in there. But
hell yeah. Well, let's do it. Let's take a look at the captain's patch out of town scoreboard. I got a big old tower of these things back here. I don't know if anyone can see that, but if you've been rocking with us for a while here at Chattin Mavericks, you already know that our buddies over at 10K Takes and Elm Creek Brewing finally did what most Minnesota pro sports teams can't seem to do. They came together and they created a winner. Yeah, that's right. Introducing Captain's Patch, a 4.5% ABV shandy infused with raspberry and lemon. Yeah, 4.5%. That's just a hair higher than the attendance percentage at Lake State. Captain's Patch was brewed for the fans that show up no matter what the scoreboard says. So, you know what? If you're one of those few that watch a hockey game at Lake State, there's plenty of leftovers up. They probably don't even have it up there. But anyway, This beer is meant for every moment you've earned your C, whether you're watching Mavericks hockey, crack a captain's patch, taking out the trash, captain's patch, shoveling the driveway for the third time today, double captain's patch, running your kids to practice like the MVP parent you are, you guessed it, captain's patch, not while you're driving. You grind, you hustle, you show up even when the teams don't, and that means you've earned your captain's patch. So head over to captainspatch.com and hit that Find Captain's Patch button to see where you can pick a case up near you. And when you do, snag a pick, tag the fellas at 10K Takes a Captain's Patch, and you will be officially have earned your C. Drink up, Maverick Nation. Let's take a look at it. The CCHA scoreboard going all the way back to Tuesday because for whatever reason, St. Thomas wanted to play St. Cloud on a Tuesday. I believe there were 3 or 4 people in attendance of that game, so that was cool.
Maybe 6 or 7.
Oh God, yeah, I've heard 6, 7 plenty of times a day. Pastor dropped a mid sermon
at church this morning. Yeah,
that was fucking crazy.
Did he do the hand signal?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he did it
I'll
all.
be there. I'll be there next Sunday. See if he does it.
But so I believe they won 3-2 on that Tuesday game, beating St. Cloud. I believe was the score. For whatever reason, it's not showing up on CCHA's website, which is cool.
St. Thomas.
Yeah. So no, they did win. I'm just trying to make sure I get the score right.
Is that going to be a normal thing there with sharing with the basketball team? Is that why
I wonder if it wasn't a Veterans Day thing, potentially.
I don't
know. That's the only thing I could think of. But it was like a random just single out of conference game, like it wasn't like a Sunday, Tuesday or something stupid.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It was because they played them once earlier in the year. So
St. Thomas kids usually buy their way out of the Army anyway.
That's true.
Not me.
That's true. It. There's a song about that somewhere. Bowling Green beating Ferris State 9-5. Their offense was clicking on Friday there. Bemidji State beating the Huskies in a shootout. 2-2 was the score of that game.
Guys, hand up here. I jinxed it.
Yeah, we got to stop with the Bemidji finishing 9 stuff there. Never saying that again. Obviously, Mavericks over Lake State, and that is all the action there was on Friday. And then we go over to Saturday. Bowling Green again beating Ferris 5-2. Another offensive night for them. Michigan Tech coming back and beating Bemidji in overtime 2-1. 2 tight games there. As it stands right now, 2 of the top teams in the CCHA. And then obviously Mavericks taking care of business against Lake State, and Augustana and St. Thomas tying, which is kind of shocking. I would have thought those two I thought Tommy's would have beat them for, those preseason picks and all that. And Augustana obviously not being so hot, but Augustana wins the shootout, gets the extra point there. Any of those scores stand out to you guys? You guys got anything? Jets, I'll throw it to you first if you got anything on those.
I think I'm going to reverse jinx it and start saying Bemidji's going to finish first.
Is it a reverse jinx if you say it's a reverse jinx?
I don't know, because did you guys see Voss's Twitter at all yesterday where she wore the Ducks jersey to the Wild game? So that,
I saw. Hard
it works, you know what I'm saying? So Bemidji is going to finish first. Mavericks are going to finish 9th. That's now what we're saying, so that way it flips,
Okay.
That's an aggressive reverse jinx. I love a reverse jinx as much as anybody, but that one was aggressive.
Hey, we got to do what we got to do here at Chattin Mavericks. No, I think the Bemidji team's taken everyone by surprise, at least definitely me with, so was Augustana. Obviously they had a better weekend this weekend, but Bemidji finally lost a game last night, I think, right? Yeah. That was their first. I mean, granted, a lot of them were like us, where they won in shootouts or overtime, but that was their first CCHA loss.
Yeah.
So
that was impressive. Joey, Chad, you guys got anything on the weekend around the CCHA?
It's hard to root for another CCHA team, but I think, and Ferris is not top of the heap by any means, but to see Bowling Green's continued success kind of, I don't know, maybe numbs the sting of that weekend against them, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It definitely does for me. I think we just
Yeah.
underestimated them going into it, just like we overestimated Lake last year.
Yeah. I mean, 14 goals on the weekend.
Yeah.
Nothing to laugh at. So maybe they are a legit team, and maybe we'll look back on that weekend at the end of the year and think a little bit differently about it.
Ferris beat Western
No
earlier
more-
this year. Granted, Western hasn't been as solid as they probably will look later on in the year, but
Correct.
so
Couple thought. Are we doing thoughts outside the CCHA, or is it strictly a
yeah,
CCHA?
if there's any
Yeah.
other scores that pop out to you, obviously the Gophers, another hard loss. I don't know if that's what you were leading up to, but
That was
Friend
one
the
of them
pod
for
took
sure.
Down Wisconsin. Ohio State took down Wisconsin on Friday.
Yeah.
Ice had a goal and
Yes.
an assist. And then
I think
The,
it weighs Isley some more.
they took 4-6.
Yeah.
The Omaha win over UMD is big.
Yep.
That
That was
Juts
huge.
was saying
Rip.
that'll help us out.
Yep.
I hope they, stay playing well, because it's so weird to like want other teams to do well, but I guess
I know.
should be used to it by now. But I just can't wrap my head around it. But good for them on beating UMD. That'll help.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Joey, you got any scores stand out to you this weekend? I know we're mostly all Mavericks, but
Right, yeah, not really. I didn't really watch any other hockey this weekend besides the Mavericks and obviously the Wild. So
yeah.
So,
Hell
boys,
yeah.
before we go, the football team did make the playoffs despite losing yesterday.
Okay, they
Just
did.
found out they're in.
Okay.
I'm unaware of who they're playing. I just saw I just got a text from Scotty, because I texted him earlier today asking about it. So
Got it.
they made the dance despite losing yesterday and pretty much thinking their season was done. So
Okay.
good for
Gotcha.
them. I know
Cool.
me and
All right.
Cam went to the first half yesterday.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Blake was buzzing. That was cool.
Shout out to the girls soccer team winning the conference championship.
Yeah,
they
they
won the
just
section
won today.
championship this afternoon. Yeah. I always see like one of the
It
girls.
was double
always pops up on
overtime, right?
I think so.
Damn.
One of the girls always pops up on my For You page doing the team's hair. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No.
I don't know. It's like, it could just be me. But
Yeah,
one of them,
why
she's
is
like
she
the team-
popping up on your algorithm there, Jets?
I don't know, because a lot of people from
That's
MSU
strange.
pop up. Because it's like,
I think we need a search history check.
Yeah, no particular
I just
reason.
support guys. I'm trying to support Maverick athletes here, and you guys are going in a weird way here. I'm not appreciating what you guys are insinuating.
I didn't insinuate anything. I was just
We're just saying that you
simple
got a little
question.
crush. It's fine.
Algorithms are weird.
I'm
these
just
days.
trying
You
to
never know
support
how
the
you-
women's soccer team, man. Come on, guys.
Before we bring on our guest here, let's take a quick look at the standings in the CCHA. Going from top to bottom here, still at the top, despite Juts's curses or non-curses, whatever you want to call it. Bemidji, they got 8 games played, 17 points, tied with Bowling Green, same stat line, 8 games, 17 points. Michigan Tech has played 6 games, they have 15 points. Mavericks are right there. I guess that'd be technically tied for third, or not tied, but sitting at third, I guess technically tied with Augustana for points. We're 6 games played, 12 points. Augustana 7 games played, 12 points. St. Thomas with 3 games played, 3 points. Fair State 6 games played, 3 points. Lake State at the bottom with 2 points, and Northern Michigan with 0 points at the bottom of the league. I really hope they beat someone before they play us this year. That's not going to go well.
No, it's going to be weird this year with a bunch of teams playing. Like, we play Augustana 3 times and St. Thomas 3 times, so there's going to be odd numbers on the score standings, which doesn't happen very often. So that's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And just looking at the pair or the MPI now that replaced the pairwise, we are sitting at 11th in the nation on that.
That's the one that matters for tournament, right?
Yep, MPI is what they go
okay,
off
so
of
there
for
you
the
go.
tournament. So,
So technically, we're in the tournament right now.
Hell yeah, we're in the tournament in November. That's sick.
Standings matter now because I said so.
Do you guys got anything more on the weekend, on polls, standings, anything like that before we bring on our guest?
Play some conference games, St. Thomas. Like,
yeah, Jesus.
we fought so hard to get rid of that stupid win percentage thing, and now we're sitting here staring at a team that's got 5 games in hand on the number 1 team in the conference right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I hate
ridiculous.
that.
Play
Yeah.
somebody.
Play some hockey. Joey, you got anything there? First series breakdown for you. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Yeah, I got nothing.
Perfect.
I
Juts?
got a question for you guys though.
Yeah.
So who's that team with 0 points?
Northern
Michigan.
Okay,
Michigan, the
who-
Wildcats.
So if we were to play them, who's got the most pressure on them? Either getting a team or having a team who has no wins all season,
Oh,
or the
us,
Mavericks
yeah.
have more pressure
Plus,
not to
100%,
lose.
because we lost to them last year. During
Yeah,
this similar
that's
situation.
so this was pretty
That's
much
true.
the exact same thing last year, and they came in and got their first, I believe, their first points and first win off us
Mhm.
last year.
Yeah,
in
I remember
overtime.
that.
They beat us
So,
in overtime.
yeah, on
Yep.
Friday, and then I think we took care of
At
them the next
home.
night, but
Yeah.
at home, yeah, that was
Yep.
not great. Yeah, so we've seen it before, so hopefully you guys won't, different teams, so we won't let that happen again. Chad, you got anything more?
No, I mean if we lose to Northern again, NMU young boy will never shut up.
Ugh, I'm gonna delete Twitter for the night if that happens.
Yeah.
I'll probably just delete it permanently.
Deactivation, yeah.
Yeah,
Got to.
Let's
There's no other way around that.
Put myself in jail like little Tekka.
Yeah, put your phone in jail. Let's do it though. It's time for this week's interview, brought to you by Maverick Sports Grill. It's the place where we're watching games when they're away. It's the place we're pre-gaming when they're home. It's located right on Front Street. You can't miss it. It's just a short walk away from the front doors of the Mayo, making it the perfect spot for a pre-game meal and drink. I know Juts was even there today, getting some grub, getting some drinks. With penalty box booths, more Maverick memorabilia than the bookstore, fantastic food, a mini jumbotron, and a wide variety of drinks. You're going to feel right at home as a member of the Mav fam. Be sure to stop in next time you're hanging out downtown Mankato. Let's throw it over to this week's guest. Now joining the show for his first appearance, this Green Bay native transferred to Mankato from Lake State in the offseason. He came up through the Notre Dame Academy, spent some time on Team Wisconsin AAA, and played 3 years with the Fairbanks Ice Dogs in the NHL. Welcome to the Chattin Mavericks podcast, Jacob Conrad. How are we doing, dude?
Good, fellas. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, before we get into your background and Juts asks you what your favorite color is, take us through the weekend. Obviously nice to get a couple W's back in the W column there. I mean, probably nice to take it to your old squad a little bit too.
Yeah. Good to go in and get 5 out of 6 points. Obviously, going into the weekend, it's always a goal to get 6 out of 6. But if you sweep in any manner in college hockey, it's always a good thing to be able to do. And like you said, is against my old team, and we can get into that in a little bit if you want. But
yeah,
it was good going into that barn, the place I used to call home, and getting a sweep.
Yeah, finding the stat sheet there, I believe, too, with an apple. So that was pretty sweet.
Yep.
Chad, I'll throw it right to you.
Yeah. So coming into Mankato, you kind of entered in a decor that is somewhat established outside of the incoming freshmen. I mean, you were essentially the new guy. I mean, how do you work yourself into the group? How long does the I'm the new guy thing kind of fade away when you don't kind of have, other transfer guys coming into the defensive core?
Yeah. The new guy term kind of goes away pretty quick with how well the coaches obviously incorporate the system and how well that's taught. And, I knew going into this year, stepping into this decor where last year the best defending team in the nation and returning 4 out of the 6 main guys, that they're going to be leaders back there. And obviously with how the letters ended up, you see there's 3 captains back there, and they've already done such a good job of establishing how well we can play defensively. And I think that just bleeds into the rest of the team. And they've done a really good job leading and picking up guys like me who are transferring, or, the incoming freshmen, on how they turned into the best defending team last year. And I think that's something that me and the young guys can keep taking advice from them and how they take us under our wing, or take us under their wing, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Jess, I'll throw it right over to you.
Yeah, so we're gonna throw it way back here. What originally drew you to the sport of hockey? How would you get into it? And then when was it kind of like I can play this at like another level moment for you?
Yeah, so I got into the sport really young age. My dad put me into the sport when I was 3 years old. He played Division III hockey at Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Nice.
And he remembers playing the Mavericks when they were a D3 program, and he has some stories of that, of course. But like he put me into the sport when I was 3, and then just growing up, obviously, like any kid playing any sport, just loving it, love coming to the rink every day and getting better. And I think to answer your question, like the aha moment, my dad kind of sat me down, like probably 8th grade, going into freshman year of high school, and he's like, is this something that you want to do? Because I was playing baseball at the time as well, and he was like, all right, I think now is the time where you need to make a little bit of a decision. Like, is this something you really want to commit to? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, this is the sport I want to be playing, and see how far I can take it.
Hell yeah. And Joey, before I throw it to you, I mean, do you kind of want to take us through those early years of your career? I mean, how do you obviously, you came up through the Notre Dame Academy, then you played juniors, and you make it to D1. Can you kind of take us through how that all went down for you?
Yeah. So, went to Notre Dame for high school, and you guys probably already know, but my roommate Sawyer Scholl was there as well, and there's some connection there with Corey McCracken as well. But yeah, always been like a undersized defenseman, and kind of battling my way through that, and playing Team Wisconsin in the spring and falls, and never really got the attention from the D1 programs or like the USHL scouts at that time. I was getting some looks from the NAL, and I see my buddies committing Division One, because that's obviously at the time when there wasn't any of those restrictions on how young you could be. I had kids committing at 12, 13 years old, but see all my buddies getting committed, and just having good talks with Corey and my dad. Just you got to stay the path, and keep trusting the process, and then working my way through Team Wisconsin, and went and played in the Elite League with Team Wisconsin, and was fortunate enough at the end of that year to get drafted into Sioux Falls in the USHL. Didn't really work out for me there, and was sent to the NAL to play in Alaska Fairbanks. Really enjoyed my time there, and it was kind of like the little bit of a repeat at that spot too, where I was like, I'm seeing these older guys, seeing these rookies come in, and they're signed, like they're committing to these D1 schools, and kind of looking around thinking, where's mine gonna come from? And just that same conversation over and over of just had to stick with it and trust the process and keep getting better and better every single time. And then January, my age out year, so like almost last minute, ended up talking to Lake Superior State. So that's how that ended up happening.
Yeah, and I'll throw it right to you, Joey. First question. This is Joey's first show with Chattin Mavericks. He's coming on as a host, so go for it, Joey.
It is, yeah. Hope I can get my bump tonight, my super important men's league game. But what's been the biggest change for you coming from Lake States? I mean, besides the 10 fans they have in their building.
Oh,
yeah. No, I'd say, yeah, the biggest change for me would just be I'd say the culture and the atmosphere here is second to none. Like, even the first conversations I remember having with Coach Strand and Coach Ward and Paulson and McCracken, like it's a absolute necessity for wins. Like, I remember the Bowling Green weekend where it was like, we don't come here to split. Like, that's not acceptable, and that's the thing that really drew me in. That's the big difference I noticed, was the culture, and how the culture was set from the previous guys, and how it's had that waterfall effect down to the younger guys. And that's the one thing I noticed that's been a big change.
Yeah, so obviously, an interconference transfer. I mean, you were obviously kind of somewhat familiar with Mankato to some extent. I mean, has anything surprised you a ton that you didn't know before you got here, coming out on the other side of the ice now?
Nothing too crazy. Like, I remember, hitting the portal, and it's obviously a pretty scary time. You don't have no idea where you're ending up, and like, a lot of things can be up in the air, and you're just kind of sitting there waiting for a phone call. Just have your phone on at all times, and it's unbelievable how it's ended up happening, and I couldn't be more thankful. And when I got that call from Coach Strand, I was like, because I was telling my family, I was like, I'm just kind of waiting for a spot where I know that's like in my heart, my head, make the same decision and know that's where I want to be. And when I saw that phone ring and introduced myself, I was like, yeah, this is the spot.
Perfect. Chad, I'll throw it right to you.
Yeah, so obviously injuries are starting to mount up on the team. What kind of impact does, having so many guys injured, what impact does that have on the ability to have an effective practice day in and day out?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough. Like you guys see, it's almost every single game you see someone
Yeah.
either dropping or going down the tunnel for some sort of issue, and it can have a really big effect. Like with Bonkowski having that collarbone, and Houston with that hip surgery. Like on the back end, we have 7D in practice, so that means on one color we have 3D, and there's some drills that are designed in a way where it can be really tough on us, like where we're putting in a lot of work during practice, and obviously you don't want to have a coach build a practice around injuries and stuff like that. So just the ability to grind through that.
Yeah. It's getting crazy. I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen this many injuries in a while. How does that? I mean, are the guys that are injured? Are there things that you guys kind of do to make sure everyone's still, the team's still together, still, going to dinner, stuff like that? Is that something you guys try to make a priority?
Yeah, absolutely. We had to talk about that where it's like if you are injured, sometimes you can have that feeling of, you don't feel involved or you don't feel, a part of the group anymore. But we make it, and it's mandatory that all the injured guys, stay in on the meetings and
Yeah.
like they're watching practices. And even when we do one-on-one film, like with the coaches, like they're still hopping in those, like asking guys if they can hop in their one-on-one meetings. So the brain's still going, even though their body's on rest. Like they're not skipping a beat with where their head's at.
Yeah, absolutely. Juts, do you got one?
Yeah, we're just gonna pull this one out early. What's a game day look like for you? Are you a superstitious guy? You just kind of go with the flow guy? How do you get ready for your game?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm overly superstitious, but I like my routine. I think routine's pretty important to get yourself ready. But get to the like if it's a 7 o'clock, you want me to run through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I do.
Game's at 7. I try to roll into the rink around 4:30 and head upstairs and put the headphones on and sit in the stands and tape my stick. Just a little bit of visualization. Obviously, anyone has what they do to get ready, and that's just something that I found that helps me visualize before games. So I kind of know what every scenario that's gonna come my way. And after that, head downstairs and around like 4:50. By that time, everyone's kind of walking around the locker room. There's a lot of energy in there, music's going, and guys are doing their own things. I just kind of like sitting there and just taking it all in and just kind of feeding off the energy and just having conversations with guys. And then we have a quick team meeting, and then guys go off and play some sewer, play some soccer. I get a little more of a rollout and stretch, make sure the body's going, and then obviously hop in a couple games of sewer and have some fun there. And those games get pretty rowdy. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, then we hit the off ice warm up with Brett, and then come back down and we have some guys that do a chapel group and really really deep in the faith, and we hit a prayer led by Alex Tracy, and that kind of helps to bring it all together, bring us all in, set our mind on what's truly important, and then after that just put the gear on, ready to go.
So are
Yeah.
we ripping a pregame nap, or are you not a napper?
Oh yeah, I'm napping like hour and a half. Minimum.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Perfect.
Ooh,
I was
that's
already
long.
that. That's
Yeah.
you're on the longer end. Yeah. Most
Yeah,
people nap.
I'm shutting it down for a while. Yeah.
Chad, what do you got?
So one of the things I noticed over the weekend, and you're probably more comfortable with it than other guys on the team, but having the benches on opposite sides of the ice, does that change anything? I mean, you obviously it's harder to chirp at each other and that sort of thing, but I mean, does it impact the game at all? Does it get in your head? Does it matter?
It's nothing that's overly like in our head. It's obviously built for a little bit of home ice advantage with the penalty box being right next to their bench, so they can do a quick change on a penalty or something. But it's nothing that we overly think about or draw special plans for. But it's just a rink's way of adding a little bit of home ice advantage.
Yeah. It makes sense. I know for us watching on TV, it always screws me up. So
Yeah, I bet.
So on a trip like this, obviously, you know, it's a long, you know, it's a little bit longer of a travel. The camera for Maverick Mate is probably floating around a little bit. You know, who's typically manning that GoPro, and are you a camera guy? Or are you trying to dodge it as much as possible?
We have Tyson Souter. He's usually around there grabbing it. Diener has it a couple times.
Okay.
Brady Strand has it sometimes, and you know, there's obviously filming the day-to-day stuff, and you have the guys that, you know, will walk past the camera and do something funny. Or I'm not really that kind of guy, you know, just kind of just mind my own business, and they get the natural side. But you know, if the camera's in your face or something, it's not a big deal to me.
Do something.
Yeah.
What do you got, Joey?
Yes, I saw you played in Fairbanks for maybe 2 or 3 years here.
Yep.
I mean, you guys on an off day, you guys have a spot you'd go to, anything crazy like that? It
In
gets
Fairbanks?
dark pretty early there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the crazy experiences. I think the sun would rise at 10 or 11 a.m. and set at 2 p.m. So it's a little crazy, but you have the outdoor guys that would go ice fishing, and went ice fishing a couple times. And there's actually a natural hot springs just outside of Fairbanks that some of us would go to. So yeah, it's pretty sweet, and it's just beautiful out there. Just northern lights every night, and it's something that if you're an outdoor person, on your bucket list for sure.
Yeah, what are
Sweet.
your, you know, kind of off the ice? What are your hobbies away from the rink, away from school? You know, you're outdoorsman. What are you doing to fill the time when I know you guys don't have a ton of time to screw around, but
Yeah, not a whole lot of time, but yeah, just try to fill up the day any way possible. And there's a group of us, Stendy, Shoal, and Soup, and Ron. We got our pheasant license, so we've went out on some land and gone pheasant hunting a couple times. So
nice.
that's some fun stuff to do around here. And in the summers and when it's a little better weather, like to golf as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You
You guys
hunt
taken
public land, or you guys got like one of those alumni like here hunt our land?
So you guys know Drummer, obviously.
Yeah.
know of them? Yeah.
Yeah. He's his family's got land. It's about 30 minutes south here. We go on that, but it's not a hot day. We can hop over to some public land.
Yeah.
I know
for
my
sure.
dad hunts a lot of public land around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you played with Shoal there for, you know, quite a while. I mean, was that kind of play into the decision for you to come here? Were you? I guess I'm trying to remember when we talked to him. Were you committed first, or was he? I kind of forget how that went down.
I was committed first. Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy how it all went down.
Yeah.
I remember because we've been so close for so long that I gave him a call after I entered the portal. I'm like, hey, like, keep you a little life update. Like, I'm going in the portal, and not for sure it's gonna happen. And gave him a call 2 days later. I'm like, hey, gonna head to Mankato, and this is what I'm gonna be doing. And he's like, yeah, super pumped for you, stuff like that. And then I remember just getting a call like 3 or 4 days later, and all I said was, he's like, what's up, roommate? And like it just didn't click in my head at all. I'm like, what? And he's like, I just committed to Mankato or whatever, and so cool how it ended up happening. So it was just completely by chance.
That is awesome.
This is a big day.
Chad,
Yeah.
you got one?
Yeah. So, are you an actual Green Bay guy, or are you like a Shoal Green Bay guy, where he actually lived like 2 hours away from Green Bay?
No, I'm an actual Green Bay guy. I moved to Green Bay when I was right before high school, so I've been in Green Bay
Okay.
for quite a
All
while.
right. So now I can actually ask this question and get a real answer from somebody.
Yeah.
Kroll's West or Stadium View?
And
Where are you going?
What sense? Like food?
Please tell me you have no idea.
For food and drink. Hank,
I'll go
social,
stadium
like
view.
atmosphere, food, drink. Yeah.
I'd say stadium view. Yeah. I feel
Gotcha.
like stadium view is a little more our age range a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Our
No,
age
that's
range,
actually
not gonna be
super
that's
valid.
crazy.
I'll take the
the fun
burger.
spot, I'm gonna
I'll take
watch
the
the games there.
Butterburger at Crow's. The Butterburger at Crow's West all day long. The atmosphere at Stadium View all day long.
Yeah. Good point.
That's fair.
Yeah. And watching Packers games there is second to none. It's so sweet.
Absolutely.
You get to quite a few.
When I can, usually
Yeah,
over Christmas break if we have a long enough break, or by the time I'm heading here, like during August, it's preseason, so I'll try to make some preseason games.
for sure.
Yeah.
Joe, you got another question?
Yeah, I feel like a pretty common question is like, how does junior hockey prepare you for college hockey? But as a former Tier 1 AAA player, I'm curious, how do you feel like the Team Wisconsin helped you prepare for junior hockey?
Yeah, I thought the organization of Team Wisconsin and the coaches that they brought in there really helped build me the player I was. Like the language that they were using was everything was like teaching the modern game, and everyone at that organization was on the same page. Where it was strictly development. Like, yeah, they at that age you do care about wins and you do care about national championships, but when you're coaching 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, like that's the key parts are the development, and that's the thing they really focused on. So I mean, Team Wisconsin was a huge part in my development for sure. And you're playing against all those kids, from Chicago Mission and
Oh, yeah.
all around. Like I still have guys that my dad will say randomly, like some guy in the NHL will be like, "Hey, you remember playing against him when you were 15?" It's like, no, I don't. But you play against all these guys that end up being really good hockey players. So it develops you really quick.
Yeah, it's funny how small hockey really is. I mean, you just once you start playing on a couple teams here and there, you kind of know everyone right away.
Yeah, really small world.
Juts, you got any more?
Yeah, so Joey kind of asked you a little bit about like hockey wise how it was different, but just like city wise, I guess what's the biggest difference? I've obviously never been to Lakes area, but like what's the biggest difference between there and Mankato?
Oh, I think it's black and white. Like it's totally different. I think if you're in a car going 60 miles an hour, you could probably, make it through in 25 seconds maybe. But it's tiny town, not a whole lot to do there, and it is like a small community. Like everyone knows everyone, so some people do like that experience where it's like you'll know everyone in the school because I think like 1,000 students go there, but
Yeah,
you're knowing it. Like in my like business law class last year, I had like 9 kids. So
jeez.
you do get really personable with the teachers there and with everyone on campus. But that's the main thing that was the huge change for me, was going from that tiny school, which pretty much felt like a high school, into like an athlete university. So
Yeah. Chad, you got one more? Go for it.
Given the tight knit community nature of Lake State, I mean, how was the reception when you came back? Was it
Oh yeah.
people giving you shit, or were they happy to see you, or how did it go down?
I'd say majority, happy to see me. I was like, we were playing sewer and stuff, and my accounting teacher just pops out of nowhere and says hi to me, and or like you have the media guys that are walking by you and shaking your hand and giving you a hug, and obviously it's not too long ago I transferred, so I'm a familiar name, familiar face, and the guys in the team too, still stay in contact with some of those guys and my roommates and stuff. So, I wouldn't say like anyone, like not like a Sawyer Show incident where they're chanting some things out here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
A little different of an atmosphere for sure, but
Yeah.
no, it was good to see some of those guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've always thought that I've always appreciated from afar Damon Witten as a coach. I mean, can you share a few words about what it was like to play for him?
Yeah, phenomenal guy. Like nothing but good things to say about the guy. And he was the one that obviously, like I said, I didn't have any looks going into my age out year and looking around, wondering where I'm going to end up. And he kind of tossed me that life raft in a sense, and took a chance on me. So yeah, amazing guy, and yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys got any more? That's all I got.
We could end on a outside the box question I got for you here.
Yeah, go for it.
So if there's one rule in hockey you could add or take out, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say if you score on the PK, I think your guy should be able to come out of the box.
Yes, I like that.
That's cool. Yeah,
Get rewarded for being able to pot one, and then just adds more insult that their power play's done too. So
I think that would change the way the PK set up too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think you'd see some guys play a little bit more passive and not letting up some chances, but yeah.
That is a rule in the women's league, right? The
I
Are they
think they're in
trying
the
that?
PWHL, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
Because they
I know
like
what
to test
what they
things
like
there.
to do is they like to try some rules in the PWHL and see how it reacts, see what the fans like, see what the players like, and get feedback from there. So it's kind of like getting live action.
Speaking of, rules and on ice stuff and whatever, what was the deal with the goalposts on both nights? Is that a normal thing? Like, have they had problems with that?
I still remember those goalposts. I still remember those goalposts the last 2 years. Like, for some reason, I don't know, I just can't figure it out of like why they keep coming off, and then they would try to set it back on, and then like the net would be like crooked, and then like the ref, so and like they're waving to the guy in the Zamboni, and like just pretty much just a whole nother media timeout. So
yeah,
it was crazy. I have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I know the guys on the broadcast just kept bringing it up. It was pretty funny. Obviously slowed down the game and stuff like that, but
right.
But yeah, man, I think that's really all we got for you. We appreciate your time. You got anything you want to throw out there? Anything you want to say on the biggest and smallest Maverick hockey show on the planet?
No, I'll just say, like I know Soup touched on it, but any fan or anyone that's come to an away game or come to a home game in that matter, like we do really appreciate it. Like looking up in the stands and seeing purple and gold, like never want to take that for granted. And the way that our fans travel and show up for home games is second to none. And like I think someone touched on it earlier. Going from not too many fans to this environment it's a complete change. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, just from the organization, thank you guys for showing up.
Absolutely. Well, we'll always be there. There's beer at the rink, so we'll be there either way. But awesome, man. Well, thank you for your time, and best of luck against Tech this weekend. It's gonna be
I appreciate it, guys. Well, I know I had to hop on because what if Murr get 5 points? So I was like, 5 out of 6. The bottom 2 here.
I was gonna say, is he walking around pretty pumped up now, or what? Nice weekend.
No, he's a pretty humble guy, but he's pretty pumped. He mentioned the bump. He was like, we're sitting on the plane or whatever, and he was like, "Well, Chattin Mavericks bump."
Yeah, man. Yeah, your life is about to change.
Tracy texted me this morning. I thought he was going to make fun of me because he's a Bears fan. I'm a Vikings fan. He goes, "How about that bump, huh? Undisputed best bump or something?" Because we always said it was Luch, and obviously now Luch is gone. So Tracy just needed it to be someone else, I guess.
That's huge.
Too funny.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, man. We appreciate your time, and again, best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Huge shout out to Jacob for coming on the show. Always nice to talk to guys, before or after they're going back to their former team. It's always interesting to hear about that. Obviously, he played some offense time there in the third, so it'll be it'll be interesting to see. We're getting into our series preview here, but it's going to be interesting to see with a pretty beat up Maverick squad what we're able to, put together for a lineup. But let's do it. Let's get into our Fitness for 10 series preview. Listen up, Maverick Nation. If you've been looking to start your fitness journey, lose weight, gain muscle, get stronger, or you just need a better gym, Fitness for 10 has everything you need. This 2-story state-of-the-art fitness facility located right in the heart of Mankato has every cardio machine, free weight, and fitness class you'll ever need. And they even just added a lift studio open to all studio members. Classes will be coming soon. Think of it, it's like a HIIT style meets functional strength training. Any member can add classes on their existing membership. It's just another reason why Fitness for 10 is the best gym in town. If that sounds like something you want to check out, you can sign up in under 5 minutes at fitnessfor10mankato.com. I will see you there. Guys, Michigan Tech is coming to town. Pretty solid team they've got this year. They're playing pretty good. Obviously, they battled Bemidji hard this last week. They're not ranked yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they are here soon. If not this week, maybe in the next couple. Just kind of taking a quick look at their schedule this season. Obviously, Joe Sean is no longer there. Unfortunately, we won't get any antics. We won't get any antics out of him. Right now they're sitting at 8-3-1 overall record, 5-0-1 in the CCHA. They split with Minnesota to kick off the season, split with Alaska, beat Ferris both nights pretty handedly, lost to Clarkson, and then beat St. Lawrence, beat Northern Michigan. That's pretty standard operating procedure there. Split with Bemidji. They a shootout loss on obviously this past Friday, and then they beat them in overtime on Saturday. 2 very tight games there. Chad, I'll throw it to you first. I mean, what are we looking for? Obviously, we got a pretty beat up Mavericks team, so I think this week the priority is getting healthy. But that aside, what are you looking for in this one?
Oh boy, I mean, first game in a post Joe Sean world. It's going to be weird. But this is probably not the weekend you want to be depleted as far as your squad goes. The only game I've watched of Tech so far this season was that first weekend at Minnesota, and I mean, now we know Minnesota's kind of a dumpster fire, but they looked tough that game. This Sardarian kid is really impressive. I can't wait for you to try to pronounce the goalie's name. It's always fun. It's always fun to watch you try to pronounce crazy last names.
Well,
but when the moment
first
comes,
name's pretty easy.
yeah. But we'll let that breathe for a second, and then you can maybe run through a few options in your head before
you got to go to their Twitter and see like the phonetic spelling.
No cheating.
I don't
it's got to be
phonetics. Natural. All right,
this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think you said you mentioned Sardarian. He's leading their team in points right now. 17 points on the year, 4 goals, 13 assists. The Trembecki kid, he's a freshman. He was a pretty big, highly touted name coming in. He's got 6 goals, 6 assists on the season. Isaac Gordon is sitting at 8 points right now, 2 goals, 6 assists.
Former North Dakota kid.
This Cosperti kid too. He's a junior. He's having a decent season to kick things off. I guess we can talk about the goaltending. This kid transferred. This kid transferred in with their coach, I believe, from is he from Lindenwood?
Yep.
From Lindenwood. So Owen. Oh man, what's going on here? Bardo Ski Whiz. Ski Whiz? I mean, look at it.
Ski-ball Whiz.
It actually kind of looks like your last name, Joey, at the very end. It's WICZ.
Ski Weech.
Bardo Ski Weech. Yeah.
Bardo Ski Weech.
Sandwich.
They should just start this Max Varanen kid. That would be a
What
lot
about
easier to pronounce.
where's Manzella played at all?
He hasn't. I think he's injured. I was listening to Tech Hockey Guide.
Okay.
I think he's nursing an injury or something. Because obviously he's kind of like
came in and could do no wrong last year.
He came in. He was kind of like their mid-season phenom there. Kind of saved them from anything. I don't know. I mean, Joey, what do you got? You got anything on this? Upcoming series here? It's going to be a tough one for sure. It's going to be really good hockey games.
Yeah. With the Mavericks shorthanded, I'm kind of excited to see, some of those guys who maybe don't get the big playing minutes. They're going to have to step up. And
yeah,
we all know this group's got a great culture around them. So I'm optimistic. And I think those guys are going to put on a show.
Yeah, we're going to need some help from our depth for sure. Juts, what you got anything that you want to add there?
It's going to be weird not like just hating their coach. I think I've hated Joe Sean since I could talk. Just going back with ever since he's been there, obviously, with Troy and everything. I haven't liked him for a while, so it'll be interesting to watch a Tech game without just an absolute goober behind the bench. Hopefully his car sales are going well. But no, it's always a tough game against Tech, and like everyone's saying, I pretty much the lineup we had on Saturday was all the healthy kids we had, and now with obviously Reed not playing the second half of the game, it'll be interesting to see what we do, how we can compete a man down. Because as of right now, unless we get healthy, we don't have an extra skater, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see who we move up. Obviously, if the defenseman plays forward, how that goes and everything like that. So just a big week where we need the points, but it's going to be really tough. This will be a big, gutsy weekend from the Mavs.
I mean, we can get into predictions if we want. I think going into the weekend, expectation wise, from just a fan standpoint, obviously you want to go and win every game in regulation. I mean, I think on a normal week, I mean, these are two top teams in the CCHA going at each other, just like St. Thomas and the Mavericks earlier in the season. You kind of got to expect that there's going to be what would be close to a numerical split, whether that's, some overtimes or two regulation wins and losses or whatever. But obviously take into account how beat up the Mavericks are. Just getting, if we could get 3 points on the weekend, I'd be happy. Obviously I want more, and I feel like we really need to get going here, especially starting to look at points piling up and whatnot. Michigan Tech is literally directly above us in the standings with 15 points. We're sitting at 12. So taking everything we can from them and maybe even trying to leap hop them here would be really important this weekend. I don't know. I mean, Chad, you got anything more on this weekend? It's going to be nuts.
Given the injuries, I'm going to be watching kind of the I'll have a close eye on the second and third period of Saturday's game just to see how gassed this team is, and they are going to need every single fan to go nuts and just do everything they can to like help this team along through the weekend. The other thing I'll say is we've been wanting to see more goals just because we want to see goals, but we might need more goals out of necessity this weekend. Just given our situation and how talented Tech is, the time is now to score.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, and I don't think Tracy was ever off his horse earlier in the year, but I think he was getting left out to dry on some stuff and wasn't exactly the, getting the stat lines that we were used to seeing from him. But this past weekend, he really turned it on and had two great hockey games. Really gave us an opportunity to win both of them. So, I mean, if we, it's going to be another weekend where we're really relying on our defense and Tracy. And it's going to take a couple of guys showing up. Hopefully, I really hope that we got Lurie back. It sounds like he could be pretty banged up. Monday kind of seems like the day of doom, I guess, when it comes to getting into the doctor's office and seeing what these guys are.
Yeah, because when does the coaches show or whatever where coach talks?
I think that's on Tuesdays.
Yeah, so Tuesday we'll find out a little bit more about what's going on for sure.
Yeah.
Coach is one of the more open coaches in college hockey, which I appreciate. It's about Sims.
I believe Felix's trajectory for his injuries. He has been like upped or whatever. I think he's actually looking to come back sooner than originally thought. So that was some good news I heard this weekend.
Heyo.
So
Yeah, well,
if I have that right, I believe
I think I don't want to say 100%, but it sounds like it's better than the original what we were told.
Yeah. Well, I think it didn't turn out to be a full tear or whatever. I think it was just a sprain is what I've heard. So
I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, we're not on the medical staff, but it sounds like it was better than what he told me on Friday it would be, because we talked to him during that when he got hurt originally. He came and stood right by us and talked to us a little bit. He goes, we'll see. So it sounds like he's happier with what it was, and we'll hopefully but like I was gonna say, it's a lot of us, it's just gonna be gutting it out and surviving the next couple of weeks until we get some pieces back. Obviously you don't want to stay surviving. We still want to get 4, 5, 6 points on weekends, but it's gonna be a lot harder than it should be.
It's gonna be gutsy for sure. Joey, you got anything more, or before we just got X questions after this and we're done?
I don't think so. I think we covered majority of it.
Butt bag.
Good to rock.
Well,
yeah,
good.
let's do it. Yeah, it's gonna be two very very interesting games. Obviously 7 o'clock face off on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday at the Mayo. Get downtown, get to Mavericks, get to Rounders, get to the Flask, get to wherever you're doing your pregame thing, and then get over to the Mayo and enjoy some hockey. It's going to be two pretty gutsy games from, I'm assuming, both squads here. So let's get into X questions. Only got a couple of them this week. Irrational Mavs fan is saying would have liked 6 points on the weekend, but we got the sweeps. We can't pick them. Can't pick the weekend apart. Too bad. Injuries are a big concern. This team will need a couple of weeks off to heal up. Next weekend is going to be huge against MTU. It would be nice to take all 6. Yeah, like we just kind of said, Mr. Irrational. Obviously getting I think the goal this weekend, getting majority points, would be huge. Obviously 6 would be great. Just looking at where they are in the standings, or we are, totally agree. Injuries are definitely a big concern. We just talked about that for a little bit. You guys got anything on his? I guess is more of a comment, but
well, his comment did make me think about something I've been meaning to do for a while. When is the Mavericks' first break? Do they get a break before Christmas?
Technically, our first break was the weekend before Omaha,
which is looking not great now.
Technically, that was our first break. That was one of our 3 or 4 bye weeks. So I think I don't know if we have a bye week until Christmas.
That's what it's looking like. And then not again till February. Holy smokes.
Yep.
We have it's not like we have a week off. Normally there'd be a week off right around here if we had, you know what I mean, like started when Bemidji started in the CCHA. If we had played our 3 non-conference earlier and then went CCHA.
We do have a couple of games, it's not till January, unfortunately.
But we have one,
But we have a couple games, like we play Augustana once on January 24th. We play St. Thomas once on January 10th. So there's a couple of weekends where it's just one game. But
those are both at home, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Well, here's a question.
Yeah.
If we're still in this situation after the December 13th Augustana game, do we back out of the Switzerland game? Do they? I mean, what happens there?
Cam, Joey, they play. No, I'm just kidding.
Coach, if you're listening, I would love to play again.
We just throw out like a bunch of we throw out the club team, like the jokes about the Gophers that was the club team playing Long Island.
Maybe we'll give the club team a call here. That's a good question, Big Bag. I would be for it, I guess.
I don't know, because I already bought my ticket for it, so as long as I get my money back, then I'm for it.
It's all about you, Jets.
It's all about me. Everything's about me.
It's all about making sure people get money for their tickets, right? That's the big thing around here.
Yeah, no,
that is.
That's
important.
I'd gladly pay $30 for the boys to have a rest weekend.
That's nice of you. We got two more here.
Do it for the
Mayor
boys.
Burnsy. Wish we could find a way to stay out of overtime unlike Friday night. Yep, that's kind of been the
Yeah,
theme
we just
of
gotta
the
score.
season.
Put the puck in the net.
Put the puck in the net. Nick Mueller is seeing injuries starting to pile up. Sounds like Houston, Mork, Gabbers, Ryland, Bonkowski, Samoza, Lurie was oddly out of the lineup on Saturday. At this rate, we might need Beckford and Severson to put aside the goalie pads and play forward. We kind of talked with Conrad about juggling around the lineup. Not a bad idea. We'll see if Seas wants to take some draws here this weekend.
I mean, it's hard for Beckford to put the pads aside because he's also not in the lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Battling some injury there too.
He's also banged up.
Yeah. No, it's
hard to have
this is,
Steve
I think,
play out in case something, God forbid, something happens to Tracy. But
I was thinking, was it last year that St. Thomas had all the injuries and they were,
and they were like low
yeah,
in the playoffs, and then obviously came storming into Mankato and lost in the championship. But
yeah. So I mean,
they
they
get
turned
hot at the right time.
once all their guys got healthy, they kind of came back and obviously made it all the way to the championship. So, well, I mean, nonetheless, you guys got anything more? I mean, this pretty much wraps up the show. It's gonna be a battle. Gonna be a battle against Michigan Tech. Always is, always will be. No matter the programs, where they are. It's always seems to be battle with Tech. It's always fun. Always fun playing them. I don't know, Chad, you got anything to send us home with?
No, Joey, what'd you think? First episode.
Yeah, Joey, first show.
Yeah. I mean, I really just hope I get a Chattin Mavericks bump tonight. That's my biggest thing. So
Yeah,
he's just on it for
let us know.
personal reasons. He doesn't care.
It sounds like it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mur had a good weekend, so
What a great
no, it was
weekend.
fun. Thanks for having me on. It's cool to do this with you guys, and
Hell yeah.
I
fun.
think barring Big Beg's mom knocking it out of the park, I think you got a spot here.
yeah. Well, I'm kind of scared for that. I think
Hey, Captain,
she might make me look bad. So
hey, Captain might make you look bad, dude. He's loving it right now.
oh yeah,
He's really
is he alive?
Wife
yeah, there he is. His eyes moved.
No, that's good. That's good.
You want to say hi to the podcast? Huh?
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. That sounds like we got everything that we probably missed everything that we wanted to cover, but we got some things covered here on Chattin Mavericks like we try to. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Fitness for 10. Thank you to Maverick Sports Girl, Captain's Patch, Play It Again Sports. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next week. We'll see everyone at the Mail. Roll Mavs.
Skull.
Thank you for tuning in to the Chattin Mavericks podcast. Please be sure to leave a review, subscribe, and share. Roll Mavs.